Welcome back to Faith and Flour. If you're new here, my name is Robin, and in today's video, I have got some cleaning motivation and homemaking inspiration to start your week. I like to begin the day by reading my Bible. I'm almost finished reading through the Bible in 1 year using the Bible Recaps reading plan, which is a chronological reading plan, meaning it just takes you through the Bible in the events as they occur, and their corresponding podcast, which you can access on your phone. And it's totally free, and if you're interested, I'll have links in the description box. But basically, I am going to wrap up reading this year and start all over again in January. So if you're looking for a great way to start off your year in the Bible, I definitely recommend the Bible Recap. After my quiet time, it's time to start cleaning, and I'm starting with the floors in our bedroom. As I was putting everything away, I couldn't help but notice how much dog hair there is everywhere. And so this is what needs my attention first. Austin tends to shed year-round. It's worse at sometimes than at others. It doesn't make sense to me while it's getting colder outside that he'd be losing his fur, but that is the current situation. Following vacuuming, I wanted to mop. This is something that, I sort of dread in my mind, but once I'm doing it, I find it really rewarding. It's just so nice to see your floors gleam. Later in the afternoon, while Kyle kept me company here in the kitchen, I decided to try out a new recipe, and this is for pumpkin spice bundt cake. I'm using a gluten-free flour blend, so it's a little bit of an experiment. I got the recipe from The Minimal Mom, and I will have it linked in the description box below. It's basically one of those sort of cake doctor recipes where you throw all of the ingredients into your stand mixer and mix. It's very simple, and I'm hoping that it's something that Peyton is going to really enjoy because we have been getting lots of sweet treats in the house, gifts from friends, and I've been doing a little bit of baking too, and a lot of it are things that Peyton can't have on his gluten-free diet. This recipe contains all of those warm, winter, Christmassy-like spices, things like nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger, so it seemed like the perfect time to give this a try. The recipe called for 1 cup of pumpkin, and so I have almost a cup left over from the can. So I decided to vacuum seal it before putting it in the freezer, and if we love this cake, I'll have the pumpkin ready to go for the next time. While the cake is baking in the oven, I'm cleaning up the kitchen. One of those homemaking duties that nobody really likes is taking out the trash and the recycles, but the trucks are coming tomorrow and someone has to do it. Our weather in Central Texas can really swing back and forth in December. We have had some days that are very cold, in fact, unseasonably cold, down into the 30s, and then it can go up as high as the upper 70s or even low 80s. And on this particular day, we had a very warm day in the mid 70s, so I decided to take advantage of it and go take care of some things in the backyard that I have been neglecting. Our little garden had tomatoes that were really overgrown and they had finished producing quite a while ago, so I wanted to clean up all of that. I also had some weeding to do, some leaves that needed to be swept up, and while I had the broom out, I like to sweep the little rocks that go in between our pavers back into place. Austin is always scattering them around when he runs around playing with his ball. When I came back in from outside, the house smelled amazing. I think this cake is going to be great. It looks like it came out really well. Sometimes I'm not sure how it's going to work when you try to substitute a gluten-free cake mix, but I think this one's going to be a success. The one thing that wasn't a success was my icing job. I had this idea of piping it with this cream cheese frosting. This was a store-bought frosting and actually tastes great, but I'd made the hole a little bit big. I actually did that on purpose, but it didn't quite have the effect that I was going for. Well, nobody's going to care about that except me. That's the advantage of having two boys and a husband who are going to love this no matter what it looks like. When the cake was finished, I also made a meal to take to a friend, and you guys had said that you were interested in that recipe, so be on the lookout for that. I decided to do it in a separate video so I wouldn't make this one too long, but I have the dishes from that along with the cake pan to take care of, so I'm going to do those dishes as well. After Kyle and I delivered the meal to my friend, we came back, ate dinner ourselves, and then there was one last load of laundry that needed folding. And then what better way to end the day than with cake? And this was absolutely delicious. The guys loved this cake, and they are not usually pumpkin fans, but they said it tasted more like carrot cake. I think it was the cream cheese frosting. It was really good, and so I would highly recommend it, and it worked great with the gluten-free cake mix. So I will be making this again. Dawn from Minimal Mom has several bundt cake recipes that she says are great, and if this one is any indication, I'm definitely going to want to try some of the others. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. I hope that it gave you some homemaking inspiration to start your week. If you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe. It's absolutely free and easy. All you have to do is click on my picture. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments and, of course, seeing you in the next video. Until then, have a great week and a great start to 2021.